We've shown you what the extreme snowfall looks like here in the Sierra near Donner Pass. But what is it like to live in it, day to day? So that's how you have to get to houses.
Cody, say hi. All right. Usually I put on Paw Patrol to buy myself some time to go out and shovel. And then my stepdaughter Lily's asleep in bed, but she knows you guys are coming, so
all right.
She's not asleep. She's just.
Well, let me see this. This is your kitchen window here?
Yeah, this is my kitchen window. We typically lose it every winter, so that's not like really a shocker for us. It's the key is, you know, keeping these windows free.
Something that is easier said than done is Holly Ryerson's Soda Springs, California 2-story A-frame home is slowly becoming an igloo.
So this is the second story window, which I've never seen the snow this high, ever. We've been here 10 years and never anything like this.
According to the University of California Central Snow Lab located nearby, it's already the third snowiest winter on record, stretching back to 1946. But it's likely by the time you watch this video to easily slip up to the second spot.
I think we're gonna podium this thing. We're gonna get up there.
Ryerson uses that terminology as a competitive ultra-long distance runner. Numerous medals hang in the hallway. In fact, it's that same mindset, pushing herself beyond physical pain where most of us would stop. It's how she's making it through this marathon of a winter.
Like I said, I think it helps with my running. Mentally enduring this stuff, like every day, like, oh wow, it's snowing again. But you just, you know, you keep your spirits up. Like anything in life, you just keep going. Keep shoveling. Shovel for your life. Alright. So yeah, I need to come out here and hit these decks. I did that yesterday. It was a big job yesterday, really heavy snow.
So this all built up?
This was just from, overnight. So it was very wet. It was raining a little bit last night. So easy shoveling today for me. So this, I walk out and see this and I'm stoked. If that makes sense at all.
No.
And then this is the worst type of snow to shovel. So when I came out here saying I was stoked, maybe I was ahead of myself. Absolutely, it's just part of the routine. I also, I'm an ultra runner, I mentioned, and I have, every day I exercise every day. I do strength every day. I run 5 to 6 days a week. So I've kind of exercised that discipline in that vein of my life. And so I think it transfers over a little bit, like, okay, this is just what I need to do, and I don't really see it as a big deal. It's just kind of like, yeah, I gotta go shovel. But I guess that might sound crazy to other people.
Yeah. When your daily routine is an extreme sport.
Yeah, I know. I don't really think of it like that, but yeah. I mean, I love to exercise and be physical and, exert myself, physical labor. I thrive off that, so.
Are you in better shape now than you typically would be in?
Yeah, absolutely. Like, I'm coming out of this winter, coming out of my den, just shredded.
When you have extreme snow like this, routine becomes even more important, and that means adding to the routine the shoveling, the clearing of the steps, the vent for the generator, the propane tank. If that gets covered, there's a definite possibility that it could explode. And of course, the car. When you have young kids inside, you really want to make sure that you have a car ready to go in case of an emergency.
No, absolutely. It really is. I mean, I think with a family, it changes the game too. 10, 15 years ago, in a house with 6 other people, you're like, whatever, the walkway is like this, I don't care. But with a family, if there's an emergency, we need to get out, or God forbid, I need to go to work in Truckee and commute, so, Yesterday's shovel session was 2 hours, 23 minutes. I keep track of my Strava on my watch.
Because if you don't, it can be nearly impossible to catch back up. And this is not shoveling for not just a couple of months. This is a couple of days of not keeping up. You missed that dry snow we had all year.
Yeah, it's part of the game up here, I guess.
But yeah, it ranges hour and a half to 2 hours. And then when the plow lady comes, you gotta pull the cars out. It's a delicate dance, and you know, you gotta try to shovel all the stuff into the driveway before the plow lady comes so she can throw it up and over the snowbanks.
You have to be glad that you've been here for a decade.
Yeah.
Because if this was your first winter here. Oh,
you'd be shocked. My mom actually came up from San Diego last Christmas when we had that 17 feet, I'm sure you're aware. She was shocked, and she actually hasn't been back since. I think she was like crying, like, oh my God, honey, like you live like this? And I don't know, to me, I guess I just live in my own reality, and I'm like, Mom, I love this. Like, I love to snowboard, and it's abundance. It's just abundance. That's just how I look at it.
So we just drove by and I saw this ladder and an address up on the tree. There's a house back there, and that's apparently how whoever owns this car gets to their house. So I'm going to climb a ladder to get on top of the snow to try knock on the door and see what's going on over there, whatever's over there.
Earlier, I showed you what not keeping up with snow removal looks like after a couple of days. This is what a couple of months looks like. As a journalist for nearly 2 decades, I've knocked on a lot of strangers' doors, but never like this.
This is the snow chalet. How do you guys do this?
Well, this year was exceptional, of course. We had to have a ladder to bring a ladder with us to get up the snowbank in order to, just to get into the place. And it took an hour to dig a trench through the snow up to the house.
And dig into the
and
second
dig
story.
this opening, if you can see it, was blocked off totally. So I had to plow through that and find the cabin in there and squirm our way in and, eventually make a passable path.
So
This is the second story.
this is second story. And it's level with the railing pretty much. This pipe on that tree, that's our fuel tanks under there.
Wow.
Yeah, and we had a big tree knock down the power lines. So that's all reconnected. That was a project. It's okay, Terry. Terry, come on. Hey, Terry, come on. Come on.
Usually you don't worry about your dog going off the second story.
Well, yeah.
But now it just can walk off the second
Come on.
story.
Coming
Come
back,
on,
which
yeah.
is called, so.
Come on.
Just don't want to go out. Come on, Kevin. One second.
Do you guys have to do much actual snow removing? Like, do you have to go on the roof at all? You have to clear the path, obviously. We were just talked about to clear but it seems like compared to some, a little less than some houses.
Yeah, well, I kind of, we got a real steep roof, so it sheds off pretty well. But when it normally slides off the roof pretty hard. If no one's been here, there's a lot of snow built in the roof. The place heats up, and that stuff slides all at once, and you just feel the whole building shake. So this year there's so much snow, there's no more place for the snow to slide to. That's why you can't see out this window. So. So we just got to wait for it to.
On the second floor.
On the second floor, yeah.
Yeah, and that's built up from the snow sliding off. And like I said, there's no place else for it to go, so it's just going to wait for it to melt. It needs to go out, so.
Yeah, perfect.
Okay, I'm in my slippers, so.
Good to meet you, Barbara. Thank you so much.
Watch your step. Don't step too close to the building. It's getting kind of soft.
Yes.
And warmed up there a bit.
You feel like an Eskimo ever?
Oh yeah. But there's a door right below you there, the first one. That's our normal way of getting in. We can. There's kind of a flat-roofed ski storage room added on, but that's not going to be accessible for a while. And usually we just park. We pull right up here for parking.
Not until July.
Yeah, at least this year, yeah. I have skied on 4th of July up here once in a while. It happens, I'm sure we'll be able to do it again this year.
Do you ever have to think you bring snowshoes to do this?
We have some snowshoes, but of course they're inside here.
Yeah.
So
So you can't get to them.
you can't get to them until you made a path. I've used snowshoes, so. See how the road looks.
And that's mine.
Scrape
Okay,
off
so-
that. Scary.
Oh no.
I'm gonna scrape off the car pretty soon.
Have to keep up with it.
Yeah, I do. I cleaned it off yesterday, so we're okay. But like I said, the plow guys do a good job.
It seems people can adapt to pretty much anything, including record snow here in the Sierra. Like these folks. This is where they park. And this is how they get up to their house. You see how perilous it is. They can't quite park in front of their house anymore because of just how much snow has built up this season. You can see Alan over there. They're able to make a small path to their cabin here in Soda Springs. But that's as far as they can make it, as the snow's made its way all the way up to the second floor. This is the scene all throughout the Sierra as record after record continues to fall with each flake that continues to come. How much, though, is too much? Well, we're getting there.
Yeah, I'm starting generally in town and friends. That's the general vibe. It's like people are starting to get over it. Even all of my ski friends are like, this is just too deep. How much is too much snow? Yeah, I don't know. I guess we're gonna find out.
But here's my window. I can get a little bit of sunlight because if you look up, there's a little view, but
How wild is this for you?
I love it. I'm used to it. I was born here, and I'm gonna be raised here. I love the snow, and I love big winters. It's my favorite thing. Skiing, playing in the snow, it's the best.
Do you miss the soil, grass, anything like that? Or?
I miss the grass. Grass is nice.
Yeah, wow. Well, this is really cool. What's the biggest change in your life when it comes to snow like this? What have you had to change with your daily routine? Like school's been out a lot, right?
Yeah, school, usually I would have to get up really early, and with all the snow days, I've been getting lots more sleep, and I've had to limit the amount of play dates I've had with my friends because of how much snow, because sometimes the roads get really bad.
So you just can't get to your friends.
Yeah.
So what, with school being out, is it just like you're out, or do you have like remote learning like you did during COVID? Or?
We're just out. Sometimes, yeah, we're just out. They don't give us the schoolwork. They just pick it back up when we get back to school.
And then are you going to have to go later in the summer?
Yes.
So you're going to pay for it at some point.
Yes, we are. But after a certain amount of snow days, they will stop adding on, so we're hoping that we get as many snow days as possible, even though that'll cut into our summer, but I like winter better, so it doesn't really matter to me.
Kids, as they say, are resilient, and so are dogs. But adults have their responsibilities. And as one Soda Springs resident told me today, the snow has added another full-time job worth of responsibilities. And add on a menagerie like this, well, please subscribe and hit the alert bell so you'll know when I share this story of how some of these Sierra snowbound animals are making it through this historic winter.
Bags of chips during, sessions. And again, I'm like, okay.